you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hello.
Hi. Welcome to the General Hospital recap for June 7th through 11th.
It wasn't as fun this week.
No.
I hope that I'm not the only one who thinks that. It was not as fun.
It was a week.
It was a week.
The thing that Willow said to Michael was that he is the list. That's the dumb thing.
Yes.
Because no, that means that you've never... Yeah, okay. Anyway, that was the thing. And thank you, Rocky Tomlin, for shooting me that message. Us that message. Because, I don't know, isn't it crazy how we can remember the most ridiculous things, and then some things were just like, what was that person's name again?
I feel like that's real life too, though.
Oh, yeah.
We totally talk about something. I'm like, I remember so-and-so had on a red shirt, but I can't tell you what restaurant we were at.
Nope.
So.
Nope. So where do you want to start?
I started last week.
Oh my gosh.
I did. So what's your favorite and not favorite? Because that's how I did it last week, and then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
So does the Quartermaine mansion have an elevator? Because Valentine brought the bassinet downstairs, which it's not, it wouldn't be unheard of that they would have two bassinets.
Right.
But he brought the bassinet downstairs. My bassinet was smaller.
Mm-hmm.
This one was pretty darn big.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Valentine is not the kind of guy that could figure that out to bring it down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see that being something he would do. I feel like he would.
Did he say I brought the bassinet downstairs, or he said I brought?
He said he brought her downstairs and took her for a walk. So, but then Brooklyn said she's not in her bassinet.
Yeah, I just assumed that there was two.
Okay. Because I'm just like, but how did the bassinet get down there? But it would have made sense if they had an elevator because Lila was in her wheelchair.
That would have made sense.
Why aren't we talking about this elevator?
I don't know.
Is that why they had to remodel?
Oh, that would be good.
Although that would have been after Lila, right?
Yeah.
But still. So that was my big question.
I didn't go there. I'm sorry. I just assumed that they have two. They have plenty of money, and they've had plenty of kids in that house recently. I feel like there would be two.
Yeah. Okay.
So
that makes sense. That's
all you have for the week. That's your
not for the week, but I was going. You can go.
That's your big thing of I don't know what I want to like. What made me mad this week?
Oh, where is Jack surfing?
Oh yeah, that I did think. You're right.
Where is he surfing?
I don't know.
Is there surfing at Niagara Falls?
I have no idea.
I mean, that just seems dangerous to me.
Yes.
And the reason I say Niagara Falls is because they frequently mention going to the falls or going over to Canada, and that's like right on the... So, I mean, are there New York surf clubs? I don't feel like...
I don't think there would be.
The East Coast is known for our surfing?
No.
That's definitely like a West Coast type thing?
Right.
I could be wrong.
I don't know. See, it would have made sense to me if he was polishing his board, like he was going to take a trip.
Right.
But him in his wetsuit and like wet...
Right.
Just came out of the water. That doesn't make any sense.
Or is he rich enough that he has one of those fancy schmancy like surfing simulator down in the basement?
But he came from outside on the deck.
Maybe it's out on the deck. They have those lap pool nows, or like, do you know what they are?
Oh yeah.
But
you don't wear a wetsuit
the exercise ones. Well, no, but it's the exercise ones that you just basically you're swimming in place,
right?
But it's giving you the current. Maybe they have that for.
Maybe.
Surfing, and maybe he just has to wear, because that's still the appropriate, you have to get used to how your body moves in the wetsuit.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I mean, but I don't know.
I don't know either.
So where is he surfing?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't
And they have a lake.
I thought that.
It's a lake.
Yes.
Is in the backyard. So,
right.
I mean, what kind of money does he have that he might be creating wave?
Right. Maybe he has
lake
those
waves.
Big fan things that can just blow up some waves.
And yes, I know that some lakes do have waves. I'm not saying that lakes can't have waves.
Surf. But not a surfing wave.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Lake Erie has some pretty good waves. I don't know if they're surf quality though, because I don't surf. Boogie board probably, but
yeah.
See, if it had been a boogie board, I probably would have been able to.
I love the things.
Excuse it away a little bit more.
That set you off.
I care less about the storyline and more about this. And then we're not even going to get into the fact that I don't think that's Joss on the desk.
I don't know who it is though. I really don't.
Someone says that they would send us a picture through DM, but I Googled the heck out of trying to find.
No.
Again, feels really weird looking up little kid pictures of Eden McCoy, but I'm like looking, I'm like, is she even wearing a blue tank top in any of them?
Yeah.
And I couldn't.
No. At first, I didn't realize when you sent me the screenshot that it was his house, and I was thinking, Sonny's, it's Christina. That's the end of it. What do you, like, why are you even stressing?
Or Avery.
But, yeah, or Avery. She looked older than Avery, though.
I don't know. It's still not.
I felt like it looked older than Avery. But,
Yeah, I don't know.
I was surprised at how old Georgie looked. And then
I know.
I Googled it, and it was right. But I'm just not ready for her to be that old.
Right, because we've never seen her, really.
Yeah. She's like less than a year younger than Madeline. And I was like, oh, wow, she's a big kid. I don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Aw.
that made me sad.
All right, so those are my 2 things.
Okay. I don't have anything that exciting. I don't have anything that exciting at all. Except for Michael and Willow should get a Ring doorbell so that they're aware when people are walking on their property. Everyone in the world has a camera on their house at this point in time.
Why don't they have blinds?
One on the gatehouse?
Why don't they have shutters or blinds?
But that too. But I feel like at least then you would have someone's approaching the gatehouse.
Right.
It has a good range.
Right.
Not to just be caught off guard. Why are people sneaking around looking? Is just
especially
gross.
When the big thing was our concern for safety and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ring camera. That's my tip.
We're not sponsored by Ring.
No, if they'd like to send me some free cameras, I'll take them.
Yeah, we'll taste test them.
No. Product testers.
Yeah,
that is us.
That's it. I didn't even think about that. I was just surprised that it was Jax.
I thought it was gross that Jax would blackmail Michael.
Ew, and the way that he said it, he's like, I saw you for a while. And I'm like, ew.
Right. Why are you watching anyone like that? But certainly not your stepson.
I will say, though, good for Michael. Michael, I think this was the best that we've seen Michael in a while.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. No, he totally stood up for himself and was like, I can't believe you're blackmailing me.
Right. He's like, you've been like a dad.
What are you doing?
He was a stepdad for a time period.
Right. And I feel like just because divorce happens does not sever that relationship.
No.
He's talked all the time how much he cares about.
Absolutely.
So why? Why would you do that? For Nina. When she couldn't even decide if she wanted to come. She did totally hesitate.
Right.
If she was going to come back or not.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. But it made me angry. Jax is better than that. In business, yes, he's cutthroat. But in his personal life, he's supposed to be better.
I was upset that Michael didn't wind up walking down the stairs as Nina was saying.
I know.
Because then I know that we've thought about this, but like she's doing exactly to Sunny now what she's complained about happening with her and Wiley. Mm-hmm. She's depriving Wiley of a grandparent. And I'm sorry, this one's a little bit crueler.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's not, Nina made her choice with, they straight up said, don't mention Nell. And then she's like, I think he deserves to know. Like, this is a problem.
Yes.
I think what she might do is that she might make them a thank you dinner and use the jar of sauce without thinking about the fact that Michael's going to be able to pick up on his dad's.
Yeah. Yep. I like that idea.
Yep. Because she's just that big of a dingbat sometimes.
Yes. That would be great. It's
going to be the sauce that saves Sunny.
It is. It is. Because they're making way too big a deal out of that sauce.
Something tells me that maybe one of the writers listened to our show when we were like, why didn't Joss recognize the sauce?
Yes. I'll totally take
and now
that
they're
credit.
like,
it was us. Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yep.
I don't know where else to go. I just don't like that whole storyline. I wrote Nina bringing up Sunny to Wiley. What the heck is wrong with her? Because first of all, would you really have that conversation in someone else's house when Michael could have just come down the stairs?
Again, the Ring doorbell would have saved because they possibly could have picked up on that.
Yep.
Right. Like, why didn't he go get a nanny cam real quick?
Or
like, I'm at least going to watch her.
Just the regular monitor. They had the baby monitor sitting down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have to get super high tech. You could just use a baby monitor.
Because the baby monitor was on the table when Michael and Willow were talking.
Okay, well, that was Friday, so maybe
he did hear it. We just didn't see that. Oh, that would be good. I would actually really like it if they did it that way. Like have him hold on to that for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then boom. Yeah.
But then, so if he hears her say that, well, no, because then that would be, I don't know. I feel
like she's not that dumb still, though. Why are we making her stupid?
Thank you.
She's not.
There was an article that I was reading and it said something about like how they've been dumbing down the women a lot lately. Let's stop doing that.
Exactly. If you have a secret, you don't discuss it with a 3-year-old. Even just the word grandpa.
Right.
He doesn't know Sunny that well.
Right.
Because he's so little. So if he all of a sudden starts saying grandpa, where did that come from?
Right. Especially since at 2, he said, you're not my mommy.
Right. wouldn't be confiding in Wiley. I'm sorry, but he's just not a good confidant. Confidant. Oh my God.
That's a true point.
Yes.
You know, you can't tell a toddler anything.
No.
They repeat.
Right. And like Wiley's
Oh,
gonna
how
say,
cute was it though when she's like, what kind of truck is this? He's like, I don't know. If I can't tell you what kind of truck that is, I'm not going to be able to tell you
exactly
what to do about your love life.
Exactly.
And why is she looking to get love advice from a 3-year-old?
I don't know. Like, if he would have said, yes, tell Grandma Carly, would she have run out and done it?
No, exactly.
So, come on. It's ridiculous. Just stop. No one does that.
And those boys are so darn cute.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
But
So cute.
I just wonder how much they don't have to act, the other actors. When she's like, I missed you, come here. And I'm like, oh, how much is that real?
Exactly.
You know,
so cute.
Did not occur to me that she did not know about
Bailey. I know.
I forgot that she's been gone that long.
Yes. I agree.
Way that baby, it's not the same baby, first of all.
Right.
But the way that baby was staring at Valentine and hanging on to every single word, it was so good. That little baby is a killer actor already.
Yes. Yes, she is. She had it down.
Oh, but him talking to her, this is not going to go well.
Oh my gosh. How much are you going to cry when he has to give that baby up?
I can't.
Oh no. Like, I'm going to make you do that week by yourself because you're just going to be crying the whole time.
I can't even think. I mean, it's heartbreaking because, he loves her so much.
Yeah.
And why didn't Brooklyn think about the fact that he was going to want his name on the birth certificate?
Mm-hmm.
And you can't just write it in. That's something that there's forms and notaries involved.
I picked you today. We'll just write this down. It's fine.
Well, you can do that in the hospital.
Yeah. Unless you're not married. They have to sign that consent form.
What do you mean?
The man signs a form acknowledging paternity for his name to be put on the birth certificate.
Even if it's not...
Even if what?
Even if it's, like, not actually his? If he knows...
Okay.
I know somebody... No, I know somebody who is the biological father of a child, but there was a different dad on the birth certificate. And now he is going through a heck of a lot of trouble.
So if that other guy thought that it was his baby, whenever you have the baby and write up the paperwork for the birth certificate, the dad checks a box that says, we're not married, but I don't need a paternity test. This is my kid, and signs off on it. And then that is how their name gets put on the birth certificate. If not, it's just left blank until a paternity test is done. At least here in Pennsylvania. I don't know if all rules
I was going to say, this was done in Florida.
So maybe there is a difference there. In Pennsylvania.
I don't know whether or not this guy thought that the baby was his or not, though.
Okay. Yeah. So see, when I had Matt, there was no dad around. So his birth certificate was blank until we got the paternity test back because his dad was a jerk and made us get that. Anyway. And so I had to send that paperwork in, and then they sent me a copy with his name on it. And then when I had Emily, her dad and I were not married yet. And so he, of course, just checked the box and was like, yeah. So there you go. So hers came with it already on.
Interesting.
Just a wealth of knowledge over here.
So how does this work in Florida, guys? And how can we get this changed?
Yeah, like she could just write it in. That's how it was.
I don't know.
Oh man, I'm
not 100% sure, but I know that the guy is trying, and he has done a DNA test and everything, and
oh wow,
still struggling, and now he has custody of the child.
Oh my gosh!
So I don't know.
My soapy love life.
This is why soaps make sense to us.
Let me just tell you how it works here.
But then Brooklyn calling out what's going on with you and Anna. But then him saying, so what's going on with you and Chase? Not the same thing.
No.
At all.
Absolutely not. And he said to Bailey, I want more, making it sound like he wants a relationship with Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So where are you at, Valentine? Are you about Nina, Anna, or Brooklyn? Make a choice.
I don't know if, how she saved him and he's done so many bad things, but he's healed because he became a dad and
but he was already a dad.
I don't know. He said that he was like with Charlotte and everything too.
You girls or something like that. But it still made it sound like Bailey like reinvented him more than Charlotte.
Oh,
and
see,
I wasn't think that was true.
I thought that he was talking about both of them.
I thought it was more directed at her. I know he did mention Charlotte. I wish we would see Charlotte interact with her though.
Yeah. I don't know, but
that would be cute. Even though they said
that's a good actor, though. If you can act with a baby like that,
oh yeah,
that's good. Because I mean, I might be a little biased, but that's
Just a little.
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go to your other boyfriend from him?
Oh. Finn.
Finn, who is getting blood work run somewhere else, are we finally going to get this DNA test, or we're seriously just going to kill Chase off?
Well, like, why is he not like, well, maybe in his mind, maybe I'm too close to it. Maybe it should be another
grandpa. Yeah.
Like, that's my grandfather, too. And then it's going to work. And then they're going to be like, well, why did it work?
Yes.
And then, oh, wait, actually, you're the dad.
I love your excitement. You're the dad. Like, come on.
I'm like Oprah. And you're not the dad. And you're not the dad.
I feel like we're on Maury, not Oprah, but okay.
I was just thinking, you get a car. You get a car.
Yes.
Do you want to bring it up or do you want me to?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Again, I just can't. Why did she say yes?
Because she thinks he's going to die.
And what happens when he doesn't?
She breaks his heart. You can comfort him. I don't know what to tell you. You knew she was going to say yes. You knew it.
I thought he was going to actually, there was something online that they're like, who saw that coming? I was like, the second that she walked into the room and it was decorated like Nantucket, yes. I totally thought he was proposing.
Oh, absolutely.
I was actually surprised that he didn't.
Yeah.
So I wasn't overly surprised when it happened at the end.
Right. I'm sorry that you're disappointed that she said yes. I can't wait for her to tell Michael that she said yes.
I just, like I've said it before, how they're doing this is...
It's overplayed. We've done the same type of storyline. You can
but
read
this
it.
This is cruel for no reason.
Yeah.
Not that there's ever really a good reason to be cruel, but it's more than...
It's going to ruin their friendship.
Yes. All the way around.
There's not going to be any coming back from this.
Yeah. And then, I mean, is that going to ruin Michael and Willow too? Because he could be like, why would you say yes?
I don't think it's going to ruin them.
I don't know.
Mm-mm. I don't think it's going to ruin them.
I know, because they've never been in love before.
You're so angry. I'm sorry they make you so mad.
I don't like how they're doing it. If it's going to be the two of them, I want there to be a good reason why. And I want to be on their side. They're not giving me a good reason.
I feel like you don't, but that's okay.
They're not giving me a good reason.
Every couple.
There's been plenty that grew on me.
Mm-hmm. They're not growing on you, though.
No, because they just keep getting dumber and dumber.
Right. Speaking of dumber and dumber, Ava and Nicholas. It has to be Spencer. Why have they not thought of this?
I don't know.
It has to be.
I don't know. Because who else would know the combination?
Thank you.
Hayden does, though. So would Hayden do that to him as payback?
That would be really fun if she did. I would appreciate that more than if it's Spencer.
But Hayden wouldn't be able to stay away from Violet.
Right.
She would have reached out to Finn by now and said, listen, so I'm kind of playing a prank here.
Right.
Gonna do some creepy stuff.
Who's taking care of Violet while he's living at the hospital?
Anna?
No, because Anna's at the hospital quite often also.
Gregory and Jackie?
Gregory and Jackie haven't brought up her at all.
Don't they have a nanny?
No.
A babysitter?
Sure.
Listen, that little girl is very self-sufficient.
She is. I'm not saying she couldn't take care of herself. I just feel like there's some laws probably against that.
Listen, there's a lot of questionable absences with the kids.
True.
That just can't be explained most of the time.
I feel like they could explain it, though. Just say there is a camp they went away to.
Right.
Or something.
Just say she's on a play date.
True. Anything.
Acknowledge the child.
Yes. I just hate when they forget they have kids. I don't know how you do that.
I don't either. They don't let you forget.
No. You don't just get to put them up on a shelf until you can be bothered with them. So if you're going to stay at the hospital to take care of Chase, someone has to be watching Violet.
Yeah.
But whatever.
I don't know.
There, I guess that's my thing that annoyed me this week because he didn't even go home to shower. He just stayed there and worked.
I don't know, but I feel like we're used to that. I guess that's why it doesn't bother me, because we're used to it.
But he was living with Anna before, so I felt like she was at home with Anna because Anna wasn't there all the time.
Right.
Now, no.
And now it's not like Uncle Chase is around.
Right. They don't even have a new house yet, right? They're still living at the Metro Court?
Maybe the Metro Court has a daycare.
Maybe. They should
Let's go with that.
Okay.
The daycare that we keep saying we need, they've opened.
At the Metro Court. Okay.
Yes.
I'll take that.
For all the out-of-town visitors that are coming to stay with their kids on business, it's a family-friendly business
daycare
center.
All right. I will buy that answer.
It's going to be named... Who should it be named after?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm trying to think of... I was thinking maybe Emily, but not really. No.
Because it's Carly's hotel. It would be named for Morgan, if anything. It would be a cute name. What was Morgan's favorite toy?
Oh, the penguin.
Yeah.
Aww.
So it would be like the Penguin Playhouse or something cute like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Metro Court Penguin Playhouse. That does not sound good. There has to be a better name, but something along those lines. Or like
I don't know.
The little mascot would be a penguin.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay. Aw.
We didn't put too much thought into our ridiculousness. But okay.
It happens. That's why this is fun.
True. True.
So, wait. I'm going back to this. Where's the body? Because I no longer believe that he's still just chilling in the stairwell.
No, I told you. He got up and walked away.
But Finn and Liz are both acting like they did something with the body. Because he would have been found by now. If they had just left him in the stairwell, he'd have been found by now.
Up on the roof, is there any type of closet or something?
You
should know. I know you hang out on the roof of the local hospital.
If you could see here in headlights,
I know you know the layout at the top of the hospital. So just answer my question, darn it.
I mean, so unfortunately, my mind immediately went to the Cecil Hotel with that girl that was found in the water tank. But that's the whole other thing.
No, they wouldn't
do that intentionally. No.
Suddenly the whole town is sick that's been at the hospital.
Again,
the
for
water's
the third or fourth
poisoned.
time.
The water's poisoned again. What is the toxin?
Well,
no,
it's
it's
just a water tank
Peter's
on top
body.
of the hospital. Like, they wouldn't do that. But
No.
Valentine made a point and said that there's a labyrinth of it. And first of all, underneath the hospital is where they kept Stavros for all those years.
That's true.
So maybe Finn and Liz know about that place?
No, see, I thought there was the steps to get up to the helicopter. I'm totally gesturing with my hands now, like you guys can see it. The steps to get up to the helicopter pad.
Okay.
And there was like those container looking things underneath there.
Okay.
Which I'm assuming most of them have like electrical wiring and all that kind of stuff in there, but maybe there's a space in there. Or one is like an empty closet where you would keep the tools to fix it, and that's where they put them.
See, I was okay with your saying that they just left him there.
Okay.
Because
I just feel like it would be easier to carry him up a half a flight of stairs to the roof than down how many flights of stairs to the basement.
Right.
Especially with all that blood that you'd have to clean up. I don't think Liz carries like body bags in her purse or something to wrap them up.
she didn't even have her purse on her.
Right.
A pocket body bag?
We should invent that. It starts out like this little pocket.
I was just thinking the same thing. You know you're a mom wet. What is the tiniest type of thing that I can put in my purse?
We're so going to jail. We're going to create pocket body bags.
Sadly, we're probably preventing some people from going to jail with our ideas.
Anyway, don't think that Liz had one, so you couldn't zipper it all up nice and neat.
Okay.
You have to go up then. You're not going down. They couldn't have thrown him off the roof because obviously someone would have saw that and saw his body. So there has to be a closet on the roof.
Why didn't they throw him off the roof? It would have looked like...
He just fell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's what I would have done. But yeah, they did.
We shouldn't be laughing about this.
In the soap world, that's what I would have done.
Huh. I don't know. But the way that she stopped Finn from going to the police and everything, I feel like they did something with the body. Because there's no way it's still in the stairwell and hasn't been found.
I would not think so, because they've scoured the whole place.
Right.
I just assumed that he got up and left, that they didn't do something with the body. I feel like he's not
wouldn't
dead.
they be concerned about that? That's where I'm getting concerned, is that they're not concerned that his body hasn't been found yet.
Right.
That's why I'm like, they had to have done something.
Right. The stairwell should be stinking by now if they didn't do something with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm with you. I wasn't with you until we had this conversation. In my mind, he got up and walked away because even if we're saying that he's dead, we're not going to know that he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're ever going to find a body.
I don't know.
But if it's in the closet on the roof, then maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either.
They made Liz a little smart this week.
Just a little. They're not letting
enough
her go
to
crazy.
assist the man.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But she didn't really do it on purpose. She said Trojan horse in her
Right.
conversation. It was an
Right.
accident.
Right.
So
I want to know, hey chemists, is all that stuff that he wrote mean anything?
like real stuff. I know.
What does it mean? And why? I'm just more impressed with how neatly it's written when he's frantically trying to save his son's life.
Mm-hmm. That would be a whole separate script to learn how you have to write it all out.
Yeah.
That was genius.
I have a feeling that someone from the set design originally wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was some stuff that he had to mark. I thought he wrote out a final equation.
Yeah, because he flipped on the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think he did all of it. No.
Yeah.
But he still had to memorize some of it.
Right. Or is it secret Michael Easton code and he's just making up things?
Oh, that would be super fun.
So I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when they're going to find whatever they're going to find or how it's going to come about. But you're right. Liz and him are not concerned about the body, and they are not jumping to let's try the other DNA to see if it works. Mm-hmm. So poor Willow didn't even get a ring.
He hasn't exactly had the time.
I mean, Jackie could have gone.
And why didn't we see Amy excitingly decorating that room?
Right, because that would have been really cute.
So fun to watch. And she would have said, oh, are you going to propose?
Mm-hmm.
And she would have gone and made some little ring out of something in the cafeteria or gotten a ring pop,
Something. Yep.
Something.
I agree.
Even though Nantucket was not necessarily. Okay, but here's the thing, too. Here's why he probably felt okay to propose. Because she said they would go one day.
Yeah.
That was way pre-proposal.
Mm-hmm.
So she was leading him on.
She said maybe.
She said, we'll make it there one day.
I thought she said maybe we'll make it there one day.
Either way, that's still...
It is still lying, but she didn't say 100%. She did not say 100%.
Her telling him maybe they'll get there in person one day. Okay, but still.
See?
But still.
I'm not saying that she's not wrong. She's totally wrong. She's leading him on. She needs to change it. I got it. But that's the way the story is going to go. I looked at my notes. Best thing this week would have been Obrecht and Anna.
Oh my gosh. We need to go to one of those.
We do.
There is one around here. We need to.
Let's go.
We need to. Badly.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that they're bonding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Anna didn't even know what to do. And she's like, I prefer the crowbar.
Yes.
And Anna picked up the baseball bat. They still have stuff to smash, though.
I know.
I feel like those TVs would have been broken if we were in there.
Although, Anna saying, I think I'm going to have to get a membership was just the best.
Very cute.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're showing them in a friendship and that they can move on from
I don't think it's a friendship. I think it's a tolerance. And I think that we're going to get together and get through this because so many people we love are being so seriously hurt. And they both love Maxie.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're both 1,000%.
Yes.
Team save Maxie.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go do what we would want to do to Peter.
Yes.
On some TVs.
Loved it.
I did. I loved that.
And then the worst part, I mentioned seeing Georgie and her looking too old. But the worst part was that whole conversation when she's like, when do I get to see my baby sister?
I know.
No, she'll be back. You don't get kids involved. I know there was no way to not get them involved, but that was just sad.
Well, and Maxie didn't tell Spinelli the entire thing.
No.
But she totally kind of did when she was talking to Georgie saying,
she'll be back.
Right.
Yeah.
And she's with somebody who's keeping her safe. The look on his face, she said something to that effect.
Yes.
And the look on his face was like, uh-oh, you know more than you're...
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But she
her
totally
having that
denied.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
And then Dante coming in.
I don't like Dante lately. He's such a jerk.
He was okay with her. But then Sam butting in.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Because they've been best friends forever. She has to help take care of her bestie.
Mm-mm.
So weird. No, I just thought Dante was insensitive because she said she couldn't talk about it and he kept pushing her.
Yeah. And he didn't do it in his Maxie, I love you like a sister.
I'm trying to help voice.
Right.
It was total official capacity.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Or did he get that tone because Sam was butting in?
Oh, that could be.
Because she was right there, right from the get-go.
Yeah.
He could have said the initial, what can't you do or say, Maxie,
Yeah.
And then the startle. But then the very next scene we saw was Sam coming up. Why are you getting on her? And he's like, I have to.
Right.
Like
trying to find
her baby.
Yes.
So he was more defensive towards Sam. Could that have? I totally understand what you're saying because I was getting the same vibe. But could that have actually had something to do with it?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Well, I guess this week actually had more than we thought it did. Trina seeing Curtis and saying that she can breathe because of him. I think that's foreshadowing because she can breathe because of him in more than one way.
Yes.
He gave her life.
Yes.
Because Portia heard that and the look on her face. I'm like, oh, that's the baby daddy. And then Aunt Stella is back.
Yes.
Apparently like Liza Minnelli, but that was very...
She was back telling Portia to stay away.
She was.
I didn't like that. She needs to mind her own business.
Right.
Curtis is a grown up.
And he's divorced. So if he wants to, in his mind, he's divorced because as we learned,
he signed the papers. Yes.
And Jordan didn't get around to filing the papers because she works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I wonder if that works for her job. I just didn't get around to filing that paperwork. It's okay.
Find the time.
I'm the commissioner.
Mm-hmm. No. But we had that problem with Stella before because she was all over Jordan also.
She did. Exactly.
She's doing the same thing, but I don't like it.
Portia held her own though.
Yes. I like her.
I do too. I like that they're doing stuff with her now.
Yes.
Oh, Ava going and giving Trina, just being like, just give me a hug.
Yes.
Like, don't care about anything else. Just hug it out, girl. I love their friendship.
I do too.
You know what? We shouldn't even say friendship. It's a mentorship. She is mentoring her.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I do. I love them together. I like seeing the softer side of Ava. Oh, Alexis. That's the only thing we didn't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
And then saying that Judge, whoever, I didn't write down the name, gave the hard sentence to Sean and the way softer sentence. So I think this is going to get us on our roll that we've talked about before of Molly and Alexis working together to find justice.
Well, did she say that was the judge that denied his parole, or was it that was the one who handed out his original sentence?
That was the one that handed out the original sentence, I thought.
Okay.
Maybe it's the same judge, though.
I don't know. I don't know how parole works. I don't know if you go back in front
that
of...
is something I don't have experience with. I can tell you about birth certificates, cannot tell you about parole.
So I don't know if you go up against the same... Because I thought it was a parole board. I thought that it was a panel of people.
Mm-hmm.
So that way it's not one person's...
decision or
not.
I don't know.
Okay, so here's the only thing I don't know. I hope that how they do this, if it is the thing that we've been talking about with the unfair bias and things like that, I want them to be happening around the same time frame, because I think that sometimes people dig into things that people did 13 plus years ago.
Right.
And try to use it as people can change in that time. People can also not change in that time.
Yes.
But I want it to be where that is the judge. That is why he got denied his parole.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps we're wrong about parole boards and how they work. I don't know.
Right.
And so it's really close to when Alexis got her sentence. That way they're being done in the same time frame.
Yes.
And actually comparing apples to apples, and not perhaps 13 years ago, the judge was at the beginning of their career.
Right.
And there's no excuse for if race had anything to do with Sean's sentence.
Harder sentence, right.
Right. There's no excuse.
Exactly.
1,000% no excuse.
But for it to have the full impact, we have to be looking at the same timeline. I made this decision 2 weeks ago and this decision a week ago. I'm in the same frame of mind.
Take away any demographic information. Would the same decision be made?
Exactly.
Based on race or gender?
Right.
Too.
Yeah. They can go either way.
Take away anything that could be taken as a demographic marker, age, race, gender, socioeconomic status, employment, any of that on paper, person A, person B, X, Y, Z. Would you have made the same decisions?
Yeah.
Because I think that under different mindsets too.
Right.
Nope.
I agree. I hope that
I explained that correctly, because I am not trying to say.
No, I think what you're saying is exactly true. At the beginning of your career, you make different decisions than you would 20 years later because you have more experience and you know more. So for this to count, it needs to be in the same time frame to show if it's wrong no matter what. But maybe they did have two identical cases 20 years ago and make the same ruling.
Right.
You know?
Go back and look at the other cases.
Yeah.
So was there, Sean's a black man and there was a white woman or a white man.
Right. Was she as hard on everyone back then, and now she's just...
And I kind of feel like it really does need to be held man to man.
Right.
Because unfortunately, I do think that women do get perhaps lighter sentences.
Right.
Because we're seen as the weaker, whatever, just dumb.
It should all just be equal.
It should.
It should.
It 1,000% should.
It should. It should just be a list. You did this under these circumstances.
Like a blind.
Yeah.
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 Agree. But I think that, so maybe they can do that. Maybe Alexis can start digging into the past with the judge and say, you have a history of X, Y, Z. But then we can also see, okay, how many other females has there been even lighter sentences, and where she has a prominent position in the community and such a prestigious career, could that have possibly played a role? Whereas Sean was perhaps known as, even though he was a teacher.
Right. But even he said it. I was one of Sonny's enforcers.
Right.
So
Exactly.
that was how it went.
So
yeah, I just hope they do it the right way.
Okay.
There you go.
And I don't know what the right way is, but I feel like we're going to...
We'll know if it's wrong.
Not for nothing. It's kind of like when the Supreme Court was judging on Larry Flint. I can't define porn, but I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. It's like, I don't know what the solution is. I think that this is how you and I are going to learn.
Right.
Is that we need to see, that's how I want it to be seen. Because if they do it fluffy,
no,
it's
no.
not going to be.
I think most storylines with Alexis aren't fluffy though. So I feel like they're going to get it right. I'm having faith here.
Me too. So once again, another disclaimer.
Right.
And so many of you have been so kind with reaching out to us and supporting how awkward and confused we are.
Yes.
About this. But please, please, please just know that we do just want to learn and we're looking forward to it. I don't want to look forward to it, but you know what I mean.
Looking forward to them doing justice to the storyline.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Make it the change that, Stone's HIV storyline had.
Yes.
Make that kind of an impact, please. Not everything has to be
fluff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I got nothing else.
The only thing I had is they're showing Sasha a little further along than 3 months.
Yeah.
That was it.
I don't understand how they did that timeline at all. And if she's pregnant in real life, that's fine. But why didn't
I kept looking and
say something earlier? I haven't seen anything pop up either. If she is, that's great. But I still feel like they could have made the timeline match a little better. That's disappointing. But she is super skinny. Maybe she just popped sooner.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, we definitely had a lot more than thought we did.
We went off on some things a little bit longer.
No.
Maybe not related to storyline as much as, how birth certificates in Pennsylvania are done and how we have no knowledge of Pearl.
Yeah.
So that leads you to reality check.
It does. Oh, no.
What?
Laura trying to reason with Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was it. Okay.
I felt like that was anticlimactic. I'm hoping that's leading us into something this week because it was really just exactly what you just said. Her trying to bargain with him.
Right.
Like, hey.
But she had her slight hesitancy with Martin.
Yeah. Carly talking to Cyrus. That was
yes.
good. And him saying, I'm going to talk about Dev. And she was like,
whatever. Go ahead.
Try it. I don't care.
Yep.
I really do like her in her boss mode.
Oh, we didn't talk about Carly telling off Jax.
Oh, yeah. And
she's just sitting there putting the pieces together like, okay, so wait. The only thing you could possibly do to hurt Michael would have to do with Willow and Wiley. So what is it?
Yeah.
She knows her kid. Back off.
Yep. I guess those were so insignificant. I wasn't.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're on
reality check. You going first? Do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
I really don't have anything. It was the first week of summer.
Whoop whoop.
Mm-hmm. First week of summer, except for Megan's doctor appointment for her stomach issues, which I don't know if I've mentioned yet on here or not, but she's having stomach issues.
I don't think you did.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did because it was you were going to have because graduation had to get moved. Yeah.
Yes. So her stomach is still bothering her, and they can't figure out what's wrong. So we went to the doctor Monday morning and had to be there at 8. And I was like, oh, this is painful for the first day of vacation to have to be out somewhere at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And they gave her new meds, and it's not working yet. So we'll see. I think most of it's diet she's going to have to change, which is going to be a big adjustment for her because
especially now that she's working at Dairy Queen.
Yeah. And she's like me, like one day she doesn't eat anything and then the next day she eats whatever she wants, which is just not healthy in general
at all.
But
nope.
Especially with stomach issues, you just can't do that. So there's going to be a learning experience coming my way with that, I think.
Does she drink coffee?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I was just wondering if maybe she has an ulcer.
Yeah. No coffee. Nothing that I can think of that's like a huge trigger because I don't really even let my kids have pop except for whenever they have money to buy it for themselves because I'm selfish with my Dr. Pepper and I don't share it. So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to end up being. But anyway, so yeah, that was how we started our week off was the doctor. And then, signed Madeline up for cheer again this week. She got to go get her uniform that she looks all cute and growing up in, which makes me sad because she's getting too big. And that was really it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't go visit my family at all. My sister's away on vacation, so I didn't get to do any of that. And yeah, I want to say it was chill, but it wasn't chill. I felt like I was going every day.
Yeah.
But not anything exciting enough to talk about. So, not adventures like you've been out having.
The one thing that Amanda is referencing deals with other people, and I will not discuss it. Let's just say that I had a really nice, relaxing time that reminded me of when I was 21.
There you go.
Yeah. We let loose.
You deserve it. I just have to tease you about it
I
because
know.
it was so spontaneous and that's not
so
normally you.
uncharacteristic. Yes.
Yes.
So there was that. But then also this morning, so we've mentioned before that my daughter does that film camp, and they put out a casting call a couple weeks ago. Just they're partnering with like 2 other organizations to create. I'm just going to read the direct description of it.
Okay.
It is. So they're creating a short public awareness film about abuse and its impacts on people with disabilities. The project will work to help audience members define and recognize the signs of abuse so that they can seek help and or provide it to others. So there's always so many videos that are given towards staff or like to the service providers or something.
Right.
There's nothing for the members of the community that are being served to identify for themselves if they are being abused.
Right.
That's what this is going to.
That's awesome.
So we had a scene where she was the girlfriend and there was a little boyfriend. And so they didn't actually have any dialogue because they didn't want to do any trauma triggers.
Oh, nice.
Or anything. So they had them truly just act and follow direction. And she brought 2 cups of coffee and he's just sitting there like with his head down and his phone and like all this stuff and just ignoring her, you know, and I'm sitting in the background and I'm of course like, so I'm at the table with like a few other moms and we're just sitting there chatting. And then I kept looking over, like watching her and I'm like, I can't do this, but she did really, really well. And she had 2 scenes. So she went and did a costume change and then they wanted to do a scene of her receiving bad texts.
Okay.
And they were like, we need someone to text her so that they're popping up on her phone and she's reading them.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. And so they're like, hey, Mom. And so we changed my name in her phone and I had to text my daughter the worst things in the world, not the worst things in the world, but I had to, and I mean, I prepped her. I was like, she's like, Mom, I know how movies work. I know how, she goes, you're acting. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I said, yes. I said, because I love you and nothing I say for the next like 3 minutes is right.
Right.
You know, but I had to text her. So we actually did it to where at the beginning of the texts, you see, I love you. You're beautiful. I'm so glad that you're my girlfriend because we just changed my name to Sweetheart.
Oh, cute.
So, but then it says, hello, why aren't you answering my messages? Hello, where are you? Why are you at that cafe? I checked the GPS. Why are you there? Why won't you answer me? Who are you with? Like, and just really, really, really,
yeah.
You know, you're so stupid. I can't believe you're such a liar. You know, why am I wasting my time with you? Stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And the worst part is that I had to do it twice because I thought that I had to do it while she was looking at her phone.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there like texting her and then they said, okay, now let's get the one of her phone.
Oh.
And I'm like, I was like, but I just did it all. Can you just go back
and just scroll through?
But they didn't. They wanted to see it pop up. They wanted to see the ...
Oh.
You know, I know. It was so hard.
Good job acting. I'm very proud of you.
But so she and I actually had the conversation on the way. And I said, do you understand what emotional abuse is? Or I said, do you understand what abuse is? And she said, that's, you know, getting hit and stuff like that. I said, well, yes, that's physical. I said, but then there's emotional where people say really, really, really nasty things to you. And I'm like, it's basically like bullying, but even worse, you know, maybe not even worse, but yeah. Because
I mean, it's someone that you love and
crosses
trust.
over into, right. And that's the reason why they're doing it because it's always been said to the person who's getting the services, you can trust your friends and family. And unfortunately, the statistics around caregiver abuse to people
oh, I'm sure
is disgusting. But I'm just so honored. And I had no idea what it was really about when we signed up and then just to be a part of it. And they're continuing it. This was all we had to do, but it's going to be used. And then they're sitting there like, you know, we want to get up to school. So I was like, I'm on the board of her school.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, just send it on over. I said, I feel like something like this, they would not even second guess me.
Right.
I was like, and maybe in the future, you know, we can do work together with the school, like the students and everything, that maybe this could be something.
So awesome.
So it was a lot. So, I mean, I wasn't, but she did so good. They had So the last thing that she had to do was just stare at the camera, and she just had to stare at the camera, and then they called out emotions, and she had to she had to go between them, and they're like, okay, smile a tiny bit, smile a lot, no, blank face, look depressed, look devastated, and she got into it. Like, she put her hand up to her face, like she put it was just so moving. And you've known my daughter for how long, to see how far she has come.
Yeah.
It's just, and the director was a kid he's not a kid anymore. He's 22. Young man.
He's a kid.
a young man from camp who's also a filmmaker at camp. That's what they're called at camp. They're not campers. They're filmmakers. Yeah. So he's grown up through that program too. He was actually the director.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he complimented her and said, "You're a really good actress." So she might be getting some future bookings.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And we have a lead on a possible job. So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. Which she has been begging to get a job because she just wants to have her own money to buy stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Fingers crossed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for her.
Me too.
And for you, but oh my gosh.
I know. I can't wait for it to come out. I can't wait to share the heck out of it. It's
yay.
I'm going to be very, very proud of her. So watch out, world. She's going to be famous.
That's awesome.
In her own way.
We'll be asking to interview her.
Exactly. Well, she doesn't like soaps. They're too dramatic. I know. She's not into them, as she tells me. I'm like, oh, okay. I might be able to get her into Friends, though, because she wants to move to New York City. I was like, where Friends is based? She's like, where? I'm like, New York City.
There you go.
She's like, oh, really? I said, mm-hmm.
Nothing like bribing your kid to watch TV with you.
Nope. I just want to share that with her.
Yes.
So
I get it.
And the fact that they've always had roommates, stuff like, yes, it's still unrealistic the way that they live. However, they explained it away with Monica getting her Graham's rent-controlled apartment.
Yes.
But, it's not that easy. So
no.
No. But yeah, so that was it.
You had a good week. That's so fun.
Thank you.
Yay.
So on Thursday, we are finishing Maxie. We are.
Yes.
It's happening. And then I think next week we want to talk about, we want your input. And even so let's say that you've just started watching the show and you had no idea. What's the biggest thing that you've learned about Maxie? Shoot us an email, go to our website, stuff like that. I think it'll be good.
It will be good.
Yeah.
I like whenever we get input from other people.
Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
So yeah, have a good week. I don't know what we're doing. Have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.